Shri Guruve Namaha. I welcome all the people who are in the temple as well as who have joined online. We are studying Shrimad Bhagwat Gita here. Every Sunday we meet, but last Sunday I was having some of my personal work, so I took an off, and so we could not continue with the study. And so we'll go forward this week onwards, and just to recap on why we are studying Gita to apply it in our everyday life. We are studying it to understand the principles which are told in it. We definitely pray and bow to the Mata Gita, but if you don't understand the messages from Mata Gita, from Shrimad Bhagwat Gita, it will not impact our life. We will not be able to apply the principles in our life. And so it is important that we understand what is being told in it. And to understand what is being told in it, we need to have a understanding of Sanskrit, which we don't have. So that is the purpose of this, that we will be doing the study. We will be understanding the Sanskrit shloka as well as we will be studying the messages given in it. So on that line, we are going onwards on the second chapter. And this second chapter is connected to Sankhya Yoga. Sankhya Yoga Nama Dvitiyo Adhyaya. Arjuna is sad. Arjuna was having Vishad, which was the first chapter, and the second chapter is Sankhya Yoga Nama. Sankhya Yoga Nama Dvitiyo Adhyaya. In this Sankhya Yoga, God is explaining who we are. Are we the material body which we are? Are we the soul? And if we are the soul, then what are our work? How do we live in the life? How do we live in the society? How do we behave? How do we react to the situations which are coming to us, different situations which come to us in life? So that is why God is telling the yoga, the first one, which is Sankhya Yoga Nama. And in the Sankhya Yoga, we are on the 47th shloka. This shloka is very, very famous shloka. Many people know this very well. Most of them knows the first stanza and not the second stanza. So we have to understand the complete shloka, not only the first stanza. So I will chant the shloka first, as we are chanting every day, every time. So I'll chant the shloka. Karmanyevadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana ma karma phalaheturbhu ma te sangostva karmani. Very famous sloka. Everybody knows. Many people will know the meaning also, the translation. That karmanevadhikaraste, you have got the adhikar, we have got the right to do the karma, we have got the right to perform our prescribed duties. Ma phalesu kadachana, but we are not entitled, we are not expected to look for the fruits of the karma which we do. Ma phaleshu kadachana. Kadachana, never. We are never at any time. Kadachana, any time. At any time we are not allowed, or we are not supposed to expect the phala, the fruits of our karma. But we are supposed to do the karma. We are supposed to do our prescribed duty. We are supposed to perform our prescribed duty. So God is telling that you are supposed to do the prescribed duty, but not expect the fruits. And then the third one, the second stanza is Ma karma phala heturbhu. Most of the people knows the first stanza, but they do not know the second stanza. They don't understand the second stanza. So it is important that we understand the second stanza also. If somebody tells me, or if I tell someone that I will give you $1,000, then the person will be very happy. Oh, I will get $1,000. But the second stanza, the second sentence out of it will be, if you give me $2,000. If that is a complete sentence, then it doesn't make any sense. The person should not be happy. Person is actually losing $1,000. So in the same way, in this shloka, if we are looking at the only the first stanza and not the second, the meaning will not be complete, and we will be left with so many questions in our life. We will be having the questions in our life, what to do, and if the message is complete or not, if the message is correct or not, and if the message is correct, how do I apply it in my life? That will be the question in my mind. So to understand that, we will go through one by one. So number one is, there are 3 or 4 points over here. One, that it is my duty to do my karma and not having the entitlement for the fruit. That is the first part. Another part is, do not make fruit as your cause. Ma karma phala heturbu. Hetu, the cause, the intention, the objective. The intention, objective, cause for my karma should not be the fruit. In other words, don't look at the fruit and do your karma. Don't look at the fruit. And then the another part is, do not get indulged into inaction. Mate sango stva akarmani, inaction. So we will go one by one. So first we have to understand what we are talking about here is karma. So what is a karma? What is karma? I get up in the morning, I take bath, I take my breakfast, I go to my job, I earn money, I do my business, whatever business I'm doing. I take care of my family, I wear clothes, I have friends, I be a social person. Is this all part of karma? Or is it only the karma? What is karma? Here it is written as prescribed duty. So, what is my prescribed duty? Karma is prescribed duty. What is my prescribed duty? We have to understand that. So, the definition of karma. So, doing everyday work for living is karma. If that is the case, then even animals are doing everyday karma. Animals are getting up, they are taking their own bath in their own way, and they are gathering the food, they are taking care of their kids or babies or eggs, even then when they are not outside the egg, the babies. So they are taking care of them, they are taking care of the offsprings. So if they are doing the same thing, then what is the difference between their karma and our karma as a human being? Another part which is told here is adhikar. Karmane va adhikaraste. Karmanya eva adhikar. It is my right. So what is the right? Prescribed duty, and it is my right. Why it is told as adhikar? The right to do the karma. So we will understand this first of all between animals and humans. The point is here is that animals are doing their work or animals are doing their actions by merely the instinct part, which is called as the animal instinct. And that is why the word animal instinct has come. Animal instinct is nothing but something like a pre-programmed. If we remember, if we recollect the old games, the kids are playing games, the computer games. In the old games, there were cassettes coming, and the person, the kid, will put that cassette. For each game, there is a separate cassette. So they will put the cassette in the game player, and they will be able to play it. If they want to play another game, they have to change the cassette. One cassette cannot play the game of another type. That cassette can work only in one way for that game. This is something called as a pre-programmed. When there is a pre-programming, when there is a pre-programmed human beings or pre-programmed body of animals, they are pre-programmed. A bird is expected to fly. A duck is expected to swim. So what will happen? They are doing it by instinct, and also they are controlled by the same instinct. A monkey will not think that let me start learning different languages. They will learn the thing by instinct and by copying, because they are taught, they are given a quality of learning by copying. So a repeated experiences given to them makes them to do various actions. Like a monkey can ride a bike. We can say, oh, he learned a bike, so he has got a brain. No, he has got a capacity to repeat the experiences. And when they repeat the experiences, and when they are told about that experiences repeated time, they can perform some actions. But it doesn't mean that they are doing it as their own will. There is a nice story about it, about the King Akbar and Birbal. Once there was a Iranian seller who comes to Akbar, King Akbar, and he told him that I got the cats. These cats are perfectly trained. They do what you say. And so Akbar asked, okay, what is the price and what do they do? So the seller told that this cats, if you tell them stay, they will stay as it is. They will not move. Generally a cat is supposed to be very agile, but it is against their instinct, and I have trained them. Wow, Akbar told, that is so excellent. I will buy them. So Akbar bought them for some money, and he thought that okay, let me impress other people, and especially Birbal, because he was thinking that Birbal is very intelligent and he has to impress Birbal. So he invited Birbal on a dinner. When he invited Birbal on the dinner, he kept those cats. There were 3-4 cats. So he kept the lamp, the real lamp, not the electrical lamp, the real burning lamp, on the head of the cat. And then he told the cat, stop. And the cat stayed as it is. Then he called Birbal, let us have the dinner, candlelight dinner. And they had a candlelight dinner with those cats staying as it is for all that long time, not moving at all. And he told, see, look at that. I've got these controllable cats. And Birbal told, wow, this is interesting. It's very excellent. But you know what? I'm not satisfied with only one dinner. Can I have a second candlelight dinner with you? Akbar told, no worries, no problem. You come over. We will have a second candlelight dinner. So Birbal went over there for the second candlelight dinner. At that time, Birbal took a couple of mice in his pocket. Now when they sat for the dinner, the cats were there as usual with the lamp on the head, and cats were like steady, totally rock steady. And while eating, Birbal slowly took out the mice from the pocket. And by just immediately by looking at the mice, the cats jumped. All the lamps went down, all the oil was spilled, there was a fire, and cat didn't stay still. So Birbal started laughing. And he told that you can train, but you cannot control the instinct. You cannot control the instinct of an animal. An animal will go always by the instinct. Animal will never, it can be trained, but it will go by the instinct. So, any animals which we also see trained, they are going by instinct and by copying. But human is different. Human can be trained. A human can get understanding. A human can change its behavior, and that is through the free will. We have got the free will. A human has got a free will to be, can be, I can be. When the human is born, they are having animal instinct. They are having complete animal instinct. A little infant will cry at 3 o'clock in the night because it is hungry. It wants feeding, milk. It does not think about the other people. Oh, it is 3 o'clock. My dad has worked so hard. He is sleeping. My mother is tired. He is sleeping. She is sleeping. And I should not cry. Let me wait until 5 o'clock in the morning. No, it will not. An animal is completely an instinct. It's an animal instinct. An infant is an animal instinct. But we can do the sanskaram. We can do the training, the development. And a infant having a complete animal instinct can be developed into even to the level of the saint. He can be a great help to the society. He can guide millions of people in their lives and bring them out of the misery. All that is possible because a human can be, a human can change, and that changing is through the free will. And that is why the word adhikar has come here. The word adhikar has come because we have got a right. We are given the power to change. We are given power to change ourselves. We are given power to guide and change other people. But at least we should be changing ourselves. We should be improving ourselves. We should come out of our vices. We can leave bad habits through the free will. Animals do not have the free will. And that is why it is told as a adhikar. Karmane va adhikaraste. Karmane va eva adhikar. I have got the adhikar. I have given a right. I am given a power to do the karma. Because karma is done by the free will. When we are going by the instinct, it is not a free will. A tiger or a lion cannot decide that what I want to do next. It will always have to follow the instinct. The prakriti dharma, what we call as, it will have to follow the prakriti dharma. Whatever prakriti, whatever body has been given to them, a bird has been given the body to fly. And that is why the bird will fly. So, that instinct, animal cannot come out, but a human can come out of that instinct, and that is why, that is the purpose, and that is why the human has a free will. And when we always say, when there is a great power, there is a great responsibility comes along. So adhikar means right to do the karma. We have got the free will. We are not pre-programmed. We can change. We can improve. That is important part. And then when we say that it is prescribed duty for human being. So what are the prescribed duties? What is the meaning of the word prescribed duties? What is the meaning of the duty here? Prescribed duties. What is the thing which I am expected to do? What are the things which I am expected to act on? Which is important. So, in the duties, there are many type of duties, many sections in it. Some are personal duties, some are related to family, some are related to society, to the country we are born in, to the culture we are coming from, the religion or faith we are born in or we want to follow, and spiritual. So many duties, and each duty, how to perform, is given to us by the free will. We are given a free will, and by that free will we can do. We can do good things, we can do bad things. And that is what the law of karma is. If we do the bad things or good things, the fruits are going to come. And we are not having control on the fruits. That is what this shloka is telling. So let us go to the duties. So what are the personal duties? What are my personal duties? Like keeping hygiene, not going into vices, not getting addiction, maintaining a good health is my personal duty. I am responsible to see that my body is maintained well. I am responsible to see that I am not going into any addiction or any kind of habits which are going to damage my body, which are going to injure my body, which are going to weaken my body. That is my personal responsibility. If we do not perform that personal responsibility, then we are guilty for it. And that is where this comes from, that if somebody suicides, it is considered as a crime against oneself. Why a suicide is a crime? If I am the body, then I am supposed to be owner of my body and I can end it any time. But the law says no, we cannot, because the body is not given to you. It is so funny and it is so ironical that even though the law in any country doesn't believe in God, even though the laws doesn't believe in God, in no country the laws are telling that this is by the God. They always go by the evidences and the materials which are represented in front of them. So, if that is the case, then why there is a crime told for the suicide? Why do they say suicide is a crime? Because you cannot end your body. When the sentence comes as you cannot end your body, that means the existence of soul, the separation of me from I, is already inherent in that sentence. And this is written in the law. It is so ironical that on one side the law says that there is nothing like Paramatma and Atma and all, and on the other side the law says that doing a suicide is a crime. It's an irony. In other words, they accept that there is something else than the body. That is why they say that you can't kill your body. That means you in the first word is different than your body, which is in the later part of the sentence. Anyway, coming to that. So that is my personal duty, to see that I am maintaining my health well, to see that I am doing good things, good habits, exercise, living long, and same for the other people. In the same way, I should not be beating or injuring other people. That is how it is coming to. So that is a personal duty. Then there are family duties. Family in which I have come and the family which I have developed. So duties towards my parents, duties towards my brothers and sisters, duties towards my uncles and aunts, duties, and then subsequently duties towards my wife and my kids and grandkids. These are all coming as a family duty. But don't we think that the same is done by the animals also? They also take care of their kids, they take care, they are living in groups, they are living in herds, they protect the herd, they work together, lions work together to do the hunting. So they also take care of family. So is it their karma? Is it called as a karma? We take care of the society, we do the donations, we meet in society. Same is done by animals. We see so many birds flying together. When there is a summer or winter coming, they fly in flocks. They go from one country to other country in large numbers. And they all go together. They support each other. It looks very common between animal and human. So, but there are different duties. Like country, an animal will never know which country I am born in. An animal will never have what we call as a patriotism. They will not. They will have some faith or something for the owner. A dog will protect the owner. But when the owner dies, the dog will go to the other owner. The owner dies, the dog is going to the other owner. So, similarly, religion or faith, an animal will not have religion or faith. An animal can never think on that direction. And spiritual, the animal is by the material world. That is why for the animal, in Sanskrit the word, or in our Hindi also, the word is pashu. Pashu means what? Pashu means pashyate. It comes from the pashya word. One who believes in what they see. One who believes in what they see is pashu. If there is a cartoon going on the television and suddenly there is a tiger jumping from in the screen, the dog will be scared who is watching the TV. And same, the young kids also get scared. Why? Because it's an animal instinct. But the adults enjoy it. Because they know that even though there is a tiger jumping in the screen, it is not going to come out of the screen. So, and same is the spiritual. Animals doesn't have any understanding of spirituality. They do not have the experience of myself and my body as two separate items. They are the body. They are the same thing. That is what they do. So, if we are performing all these duties, personal, family, society, and we are limiting ourselves only to that, if we are limiting ourselves only to personal, family or social duties, then we are not going beyond the animal instinct. We are not going beyond it and going into the human level. We are not going up to the human level of life. We are going only on remaining only up to the animal level. That is what the duty is. So we are trying to understand karma. Remember, what we are trying to understand is the word karma. So karma does not mean that what we are doing the duty as personal, family or social. No. If we are limiting, now think about it. And that is why there is a shloka also. Ahara bhaya maithunancha nindra. Ahar, eating, bhaya. You are afraid of something. You are frightened of something. Fear. Bhaya means fear. Maithun, the indriya happiness, the indriya sukha, the sensual happiness. And nindra, the sleep. That is common in animals and humans. So so this shloka is telling us that you think about what is your karma. If we say that I am doing karma whole day, I am moving around, I am going there, I am taking care of my kids, I am working in the society, that is all still within the umbrella. It is still within the umbrella of animal and human. It is under the common umbrella. So what is karma? Because here karmane vadhikaraste. Which karma we have got the adhikar is important to understand. Unless we understand what is the karma, it is very difficult for understand that what is my adhikar on it. If I give a key, suppose I give the key of a bungalow to a person, I will tell the person, Mr. So-and-so, take the key of the bungalow. This is $1 million bungalow and take the key. The person will be very happy. But I don't tell the address. I don't tell the address of the bungalow. What will happen? It is useless. You do not know that key is applicable where. Similarly, if we are told that you have got the adhikar for the karma, but we are not told what is karma, then how we can execute that adhikar? How that person can execute the adhikar, the ownership of the key of that bungalow, unless the person knows where the bungalow is. That is why it is important to understand what is karma. It is not our everyday duty. It is not our everyday life for earning bread and butter. It is not taking care of kids. That is not. It is not prescribed as a karma as per Gita. Gita does not say. Gita explains very clearly what is karma. So, we think that we are doing a lot of karma. And then, not only that, we combine that with the law of karma. So we say that if I am doing some good thing, suppose it is not bad, it is good, definitely it is good. But if we say that, oh, I have given some money to the beggar, to the poor person, that is good. But it is not part of the definition of karma. As far as the true definition of karma, as far as the Gita is concerned, you have given money. Say for example, we will come to that. If we will come to this example again, giving money to the beggar. What does it mean? As per the Gita, what does it mean? And then second part, one more part of duties is that duties are reciprocation as gratitude of what we are. That is what we do. What we do, we have a gratitude for something, give and take policy. We have got some gratitude for something and we do the action towards it. That is a return on the actions. That is not karma. That is gratitude. So we have to understand here what is karma, and we will understand it. When we go through the whole thing, we will understand what is karma. So basically, doing everyday work and earning bread and taking care of family and going into the society and social events, doing the cultural event is not karma as per Gita. That is not karma, because it is connected to the material world. It is connected to the material world. The moment we die, our connection with the family is gone. Our connection with the personal level is gone. My body related is gone. So, what is the karma then? And where I should be focusing in my life? That is important. And if there is a definition of karma, what is my karma? What I should be doing? So, karma is related to the soul. Karma is related to the upliftment of the soul. Karma is not related. And then other thing can be sadhanam. Other thing can be the instruments. Other things can be a point of practice. But they are not the karma. That is why all the big saints, when they are told that, oh, you are doing great work, he is telling, no, I am not doing great work. It is done by the God. You always hear the saints telling. You hear any saint, any good saint, except the fake saints nowadays. But all the saints have told, whenever they are told that you are doing a great work, you have done a great work for the society, what they have told? They have told that I am not doing. Nimitta matram bhavasavya sachin. I am not doing. It is God who is getting it done from me. It is God's wishes. That is what the saints told. Why did they say that? Because they clearly understand what is karma. What is my actual duty? Living life. And if we imagine in our whole life when we work, we work through the whole life, what we see, we are spending 95%, 99% of our time into the other sides which we misunderstand as karma. So karma, what is my karma? In very small sentence, in very simple way, my karma is connected to my varna. My karma is connected to my varna. Which varna I belong to? Again, which has been completely misunderstood and misexplained as a caste system. No, it is not the caste system. It is by my varna. Am I a brave person? Am I a person who resists anything wrong being happening in the society? Is that my natural inclination? If that is my natural inclination, I am naturally a person who will resist any injustice, then I am Kshatriya. And if I am by my internal nature, if I am Kshatriya, my work, my prescribed duty is to work as a Kshatriya. If I am excellent in my business, if I am excellent in calculations, if I am excellent how to make the profit out of any situation, then I am Vaishya. Krushi go raksha vanijyam, Vaishya karma swabhavacha. There the word karma has come. In the later chapters of Gita, we will see that Krushi go raksha vanijyam, Vaishya karma swabhavacha. Karma swabhavacha. By their swabhav, by their own, by their natural inclination, by the natural way they are doing the business, and that is called as a Vaishya. So, my karma is my prescribed duty, and my prescribed duty is by my varna. But then somebody will say, okay, then I am doing business, is my duty. No, it is, you are supposed to do, but your karma is connected to your soul. That is what is coming to us. Let us go further and try to understand. So, how do I know what is my karma? How do I understand? So, by going by it is a combination of various, it's like a combination of a jigsaw. So, the place where I am born is through the Punarjanma. I have come to life in a family, and that family I have selected to be born in. as a rule of punarjanma. When we are born in a family, that means we have decided that in this janma I will be doing the work as per this specific way. That is what the punarjanma is coming from. That is why we are born in that family. Why somebody is born in one family in the other, that is the reason. So when as per the varna where I am born and the culture which I have been raised in as a human, and who gave me the support of life when I was a young baby, these are the factors which try to guide us what is my duty. These are the things which are explaining me. But the second part, ma phaleshu kadachana, is guiding it more. That a karma is not connected to the phalam. When we do the karma, it is not connected to the phalam. Then it looks like, oh, this is opposite. We have got the karma phal and we have got the rule of karma. Good karmas give good phal, good fruits, and bad karma gives bad fruits. So if that is the case, then ma phaleshu kadachana. What kind of a karma I should be doing? And if the karma brings the fruit, what should happen? Now here there are 3-4 major things coming up. Number one is that here ma phaleshu kadachana, we do not have the right, we do not have the authority on the fruit. We cannot at any time we cannot control, or we cannot expect. It is telling, do not expect the fruits of your actions. Going by the complete spiritual theology, what happens is that the energy which is in us is the one who is driving us to do the work. It is the energy within us. Once that energy is gone, our body becomes dead, and then we cannot do anything. We can't even breathe one more next breathing. So, going by the spiritual thought of process, the energy within me is giving me the power to move my body and then do the actions. What is that energy? Is it my body? It is not. That is the Atma. And this Atma is Ansh of the Paramatma. In other words, the God is giving me the energy to do the work. When we do the work, when we identify that the work is done by the God within me, when we identify the residing God within me who is giving me the energy, we do not claim on the fruit, because it is not me who do the work. It is one within me who is getting the work done. And that is what the example of saints are. They are telling, I am not doing anything. It is a God who is doing the things. It is a God whose wish is making me move. It is a God who is giving me the power and energy to do the thing. That is why the saints told like that. And people who realize that, people who realize the karma, how the karma is happening, they are considered as saint. We bow to them, we tell them they are great saints, right? So it is important to understand that it is the energy within us which gets the work done. Now what is the role of that energy? What is the role of that work? It is a Paramatma work, and that is why the karma is not connected to the relationship through my body, but a relationship through my soul. Any karma which is related to the soul, which is my soul and the soul around, which is connected to the world around me, the world created by the God, by the other souls. If I do any actions, if I do any karma which is connected from soul to soul, then it is considered as a part of karma. All other karmas, all other work, or all other actions which we say will not be a expectation of the fruit for us. We cannot expect the fruit. Why? Because even though the fruit comes, it is coming in the material world. And material world fruit is not connected to the soul. So when material world fruits are not connected with the soul and karma is connected with the soul, naturally the equation comes to that any fruits coming from the actions are not supposed to be expected. That is why ma phaleshu kadachana. Because a true karma will not expect the fruit. A true meaning or understanding of karma in my mind, in my soul, that this is my duty, will not expect the fruit. Okay, let us take a simple example, a more rather rough example in everyday life. A mother is taking care of the baby, there is a new baby born, and the mother is taking care of the baby, mother is getting up at 2 o'clock in the night and feeding the baby. What is the expectation? Yeah, somebody can say that everybody has an expectation. There is a big philosopher who came, Freud. He told that anything is expectation. Even though you are giving a donation, there is an expectation that I will get something good in return. So he told that any action is only by the selfish measure. Anyway, we will not talk about the Freud further. If somebody is interested, they can go into internet and study it. It's a very deep discussion over there. But there are work which is done by without any expectation. We have got all the saints, all the great people who have done the work without expectation. Without any expectation of the fruit. Whatever the fruit comes. We have got a little story of a Sant Tukaram. There is a saint, his name was Tukaram, and he was a very big saint in Maharashtra, in India, the state of Maharashtra. There is an incident in his life. He used to go everywhere, chanting the bhajanam, abhanga. His bhajans are named as abhanga. Bhanga means broken. Abhanga means not broken. He named his bhajans as abhanga, one who is not broken, one who is not away, not separated from the God. That is what the bhajan is. So that is what he told. He told about. So he was going and he was chanting the bhajan. And in the night he comes back home, and the next day again he will do the bhajan. He doesn't care how many people listen to it. But there are many people coming to listen to him because he was a great saint at that time, and he was even chanting the bhajans. He was singing the bhajans really good. So one night he was coming after all the bhajan and everything was done. One night he is coming back home. When he is coming home, he is seeing one lady, one woman, who is standing at the corner of a well and trying to jump in the well in the night to die. So he looked at her and said, "Oh my God, looks like she is trying to run and jump in the well." So he runs and he catches the woman and he says, "Who are you? Why you want to die?" And the woman says, "Oh, I have to die. There is no way I can live. I have to die. There is no alternative." So he says, "What happened? Why you want to die?" So the woman says that I am pregnant and I am a widow. In those days, says that I am a widow and I am pregnant. The society will not accept the kid from a pregnant widow. They are going to kill me. They are going to kill my baby. So he says, "Okay, whose baby it is? Who is the father of the baby?" And she says that the father of the baby is denying now. He told me all the good things, but when I am pregnant and I am widow, he is denying to own me. I cannot prove it, and so I have to die. There is no other way. There is no name of the father given to this baby, and so we will be having a very bad time in the society. Society will just blame us for everything. So Tukaram told him, "Okay, so your problem is that there is no name of the father you can give, right? That is why you want to die?" She says, "Yes, this is the reason I have to die." Then Tukaram says, "Don't worry, give my name. If somebody asks you that who is the father of the baby, you say that Tukaram is the father of the baby." Once you have got the name of the father, you should not be having problem. Don't die. Don't kill yourself. So the woman is surprised. She's telling, are you sure? If I give your name, you should not turn back. Because people will then tell me a liar also. He says, no, I will not turn back. So the woman, naturally she was pregnant. Everybody can see now easily that she is pregnant. So people asked her, who is the father of the baby? And she told, Tukaram. Oh my God, big problem. Tukaram is a big saint. And he has done such work. He has made a widow woman pregnant. Oh my God, chi, 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 chi. The whole village become extremely angry against Tukaram. Yeah, they make 6 shikha on his head. They paint black paint on his face. They put him on a donkey, on a reverse facing. That is old time, punishments and all for them. Yeah, his family also left him. Imagine if a wife knows that, okay, my husband has got a baby through another woman, the wife will also be lots of quarrel, lots of beating. And Tukaram took all of that. The infamy, the beating, the ostracizing, the guilt, all of that he took for saving a life of the woman and the baby in her womb. The story ends like this, that when this is known to the real man who was the father of the baby, he thought he was completely filled with the guilt. He thought that all my bad work is taken up by the saint, and then he reveals himself, and then Tukaram was re-established, and even because Tukaram told, the guy was also pardoned. Anyway, coming to the story. So what is the meaning of the story here? That a saint doesn't look at the fruit. If Tukaram would have looked at the fruit, that if I give my name as a father, there will be a very bad fruit. But Tukaram doesn't look at the fruit. Tukaram looks at, what is my karma? To save the life of a human being. And he does it. He doesn't care the repercussions. He doesn't care the fruit of it. That is what the saints are. This gives us a little example of what is a karma. You don't look at the fruit. You look at what is righteous to do. You look at what is righteous and which is prescribed in your varna to do the job. That is the karma is. That is what is considered as a karma. All other things are animal instincts. All other things are considered as a regular work which is done by human and animal in common. So that is it. Now the question comes. Somebody can ask, okay, I understand I should not be thinking about fruit, but fruit has a major part in actions. So what are the major part of fruit in actions? The fruit gives me the objective, first of all. Why I am doing an action itself is decided by the fruit. If I have to go, suppose I have to go from here, from Toronto to Montreal, I take a car. Then I will take a eastward turn, because the decision is already there, the objective is decided, the fruit is decided that I will be going to Montreal, I will be going to Ottawa, so I will take eastward. If I have to go to Sarnia, I will go westward. So if the fruit is not decided, how come I decide my actions? This is the first question. So fruit gives me an objective. If I am not expecting any fruit, how the actions will have any objective? The first question. Then secondly, the fruit helps me to decide the course of action. It is not only the direction, but even course of actions. And resources to be used for the action as a guidance and as a help. If I decide that I have to bow a tree, suppose I bring a tree and I have to put it in the ground. When I decide that I have to put the tree in the ground, then I will bring the shekel and I'll bring the eggs and all those things. Unless I decide the final fruit, that what is the final fruit here? that there is a tree in the ground. Unless I have got that decided, how can I keep digging the holes? I cannot. So fruit gives me the course of action. I will go, I will bring the axe, I will bring the shekel, I will bring all the tools, gardening tools. That is what I will do. Without a fruit, how can I decide my course of action? Third part is, the fruit gives me satisfaction and motivation, both. A fruit is my motivation. Any action has got a motivation of fruit. If there is no fruit, it is hardly a human being will move. Hardly. The word is hardly. Saints move. Just like Tukaram we took example. But a normal people, common people, mango people, they will not move. The motivation to the movement is the fruit. Even highlighted movement also. I will go to the temple. Yeah, why? You know what? I have got my exams coming and I want the blessings from the God that I will pass in a better way. And that is why I will get a blessing from the temple and I will go to the temple. So even a highlighted cause. Yeah. Sarvena sukhina santu, sarve santu niramayaha, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, sarvena sukhina santu. Everybody should be happy. That is also having an objective and fruit, isn't it? That everybody should be happy. That is a goal, a highlighted goal, a highlighted goal. But it is still a fruit. So without a motivation, without a fruit, the motivation and also satisfaction, when we do the milestone, that is called as a milestone. When we do the milestone checking, then we say that, okay, we achieved this much, then we will achieve more. It gives us a satisfaction and motivation to go further. So without fruit in the mind, without fruit in the view, how can we get the motivation and satisfaction? And also the fruits give me an opportunity to retrospect and correct myself. Now, if I look at the fruit, then I see, oh, this time I did this way, and so the result was not as expected. So I can correct myself. If I do not look at the fruit at all, then I cannot correct myself. Suppose there is a young girl who is trying to cook the food. She is trying to make some nice dal. And while making the dal is burnt. She put less water or whatever reason, and then the dal is burnt at the bottom. It all settled down, it is burnt, it is having no good taste and all. So, if the mother is asking, see, you didn't do the procedure correctly, the dal, the lentil is burnt. And if the daughter is telling, don't look at the fruit. The Pandit Ji in the temple was telling, Karmane vadikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana. Your work, your duty is just to do the cooking. Your duty is not to look at whether the dal is burnt or not. Will it work? It will not work. Mother will be angry on her. So looking at the fruit is necessary to do the corrections, to retrospect, to improve. And here it is told, ma phaleshu kadachana, don't look at the fruit, don't expect the fruit. Fruit gives us retrospection, evaluation, additional opportunities. All these are coming along with the fruit. If there is no fruit in the eye, in the horizon, in the eyesight, then people will not be guided. Let us go somewhere where I don't know. Then the taxi cab guy will tell that, okay, you have to first decide where you want to go and then call the taxi. You just can't tell that go anywhere. So fruit has to be in sight. And also it gives me the feeling of sharing and responsibility. When I am running my family, when I am doing work, it is giving me the feeling of responsibility as well as the sharing. That gives me the warmth in the life. So all these things are telling us that a fruit is necessary to be in sight, in front of us, and evaluation, even for the evaluation purpose, for satisfaction, for retrospection, for gratification, everything, fruit is necessary. But God is telling us, ma phalesu kadachana. And you keep on doing your karma. So what does actually God means to say here? What is the message here? What is the message? How we can do the karma without the fruit in hand or fruit expecting for the fruit? That is important. And that is the secret of this shloka. Because if we just translate it, that you keep doing your karma, you keep doing your work and don't expect the fruit, doesn't work. Because fruit gives us so many things. So, when we come next time, we will see that even with the fruit in hand or the fruit in the eyesight, fruit in front of us, how we can do the work without getting into it. And that is being told as ma karma phala heturbuhu mate sangosta karmani. When we come next time, we will think about this ma phaleshu kadachana a little bit more, and then we will go with the ma karma phala heturbuhu mate sangosta karmani. So till then, it's a summer time, it's a very beautiful weather outside.